All right, so let's get into it. I have a theory that may blow your mind, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get into something about Emu here. Emu-sama, you already know this mysterious figure, first shown, I think it was like 906 or 905, with the big straw hat and everything at the end of the chapter and everything. And so after doing a little bit of thinking on this, right, I was very, very interested in how this thing may shape out and different things that may occur, right? And you know what? The way that Emu looked on that one panel, you know what I'm talking about, the end of 908, where it's like just the face and whatnot, it reminded me of something that I saw a while back, and I couldn't put my finger on it until recently. And that thing is actually the Umibozu. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, it is kind of like a folklore thing that is in Japan that has to do with, these big figures that sink ships and stuff like that. And really it's something that a lot of people have theorized what those shadows were after the filler bark arc and everything, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, those shadows that were in the Florian Triangle and all that kind of stuff. People have been thinking about that for a long time, and so very, very interesting stuff. But the way that this Umibozu looks eerily similar to how Emu looks. And so, I was just thinking about this and everything, and you know what, guys, I have come up with a theory, and I really want to run this past you guys because I think it may be actually viable. So this kind of goes along with, different things about the lore of One Piece, right? And these ancient weapons and whatnot, right? We know that Shirahoshi is Poseidon, and we know that these different things exist, right? So one thing I do want to say is that I believe that Emu wants to attack Bibi because I believe that Bibi is probably the ancient weapon Pluton. I think that, there was something written on that poneglyph that Robin did not tell Crocodile. Of course, we all know that. We know that that she lied and everything about what was written on there because she didn't want, I guess, Crocodile to really get that power or whatever, right? And Robin kind of looks out for her own interest or whatever, right? But, I believe that thing said something about maybe some lineage factor or something like that, because I believe that Bibi is Pluton because that is probably why Emu wants to destroy her. Because, the Sea Kings and stuff like that, that's probably something that can, be mitigated to a certain extent. They go on land and then, they can't do anything. But if you're with Pluton, that's something that supposedly can, destroy islands and things of that nature, right? Probably with relative ease. And so it's supposed to be this big battleship and everything, right? But King of Lightning actually did a video about things along this line because, there seems to be, possibly two Plutons or two, Poseidons and things of that nature, so it's he's kind of getting into how, it could be a person and a ship, or it could be a person and a, whatever, that can, get these things to happen, you know what I'm saying? So, we see a lot of signs and stuff in One Piece, so hey, why not? But, I think that just like how Poseidon is Shirahoshi, it could be possible that Pluton could be Bibi. I mean, it has roots in Alabasta, and we see them talking about, that family name, and everything, the Nefertari family and all that kind of stuff, right? So probably has to do with something with them, okay? Dating back to the ancient century. Maybe that's why they didn't want to go to Mary Joie, because, they wanted to just do what they wanted to do. They had access to this ancient weapon and things of that nature, So, it's a lot of different stuff here, but let's get into Emu though, because this is what the meat and potatoes of this video is. So I believe that Emu may be the ancient weapon Uranus. Now, the reason that I say this is because the look of Emu looks like the Umibozu, okay? And it's very interesting because Umu, very similar in terms of the pronunciation a little bit. It doesn't have the Bozu part on there, right? But basically, if you look on this excerpt from this information page and whatnot on Umibozu, you can see this and whatnot. Basically, it talks about them having skin that varies from gray to black, bald heads, and a torso that appears to be made out of storm clouds and serpentine limbs. Now, we have seen quite a few of these things with Emu, all right? Emu has a very slim type of body, almost serpentine, you could say, right? Has a very black color, okay? Very black, extremely black, right? Obviously, it's the eyes, okay? Very dark, very black. Maybe even bald, because in that close-up, we didn't really see any hair right there, right? This was like a kind of a round head, All right, now this is the part about the Uranus, because Oda definitely takes, folklore and stuff like that from different cultures and puts them into his story. So, and he changes them up a little bit to fit, his own means. So I could definitely see him doing something with this Umibozu thing, the part about the storm clouds. Now, a lot of people have kind of theorized over the years that Uranus could be a weather control weapon, because that would be pretty epic if you could control the weather. And we've seen different arcs and things like that that have to do with weather. I mean, Nami went to a sky island and learned about weather and, weather manipulation and things of that nature. So it's definitely something that is in One Piece. And so I think that it could be possible that Imu is definitely could be an ancient weapon. I mean, it just kind of points to the fact that Oda is always keeping us on our toes and bringing stuff out of left field. It's like, how could this person be, that person, But if this person is dating back to the ancient century, there's no reason why they could not be. Okay, now let's get into something else. I also think that Imu could have a devil fruit or some type of ability that allows them to manipulate time. Okay, now so manipulating time is something that we haven't really seen like that in One Piece, except for like Katakuri, where he's able to see small glimpses into the future and stuff. We know that Haki can do that. This could be a Haki ability, but I think that it could be a devil fruit ability. Now we've seen memory manipulation. Okay, it's a paramecia ability that Pudding has, right? She can grab inside the person's head and pull out the memories and all that stuff, right? So we've seen that before, but I believe that Imu has a devil fruit called maybe the butterfly no mi, and basically I'm saying that because of the quote-unquote butterfly effect with time travel and stuff like that. And also further evidence is in chapter 908, we see them with little butterflies and stuff like that. So that could definitely be hinting toward that. And with time manipulation, this ability could be something that, it allows them to take somebody out of existence completely, like take them out of the whole timeline, the whole stream of time, and just wipe them out. It could be something like that, and in essence creates a butterfly effect in where the world is different and whatnot. Or maybe there are no side effects when this happens. Maybe that's just how the fruit works, and maybe that's why it's extremely powerful and dangerous, and maybe that's why this person is the top dog in the echelon of the royalty of One Piece. So these are just some things that I want to talk about, because I don't think anybody's ever made that parallel with the Umibozu and everything, because it just looks so similar. I mean, could it really be that similar? Now the thing is, now we have to talk about the whole Thriller Bark thing. Does Imu have a relationship with those Umibozu, or theoretical Umibozu and stuff back then? Well, I'm not too sure. There are some other theories about that, but I definitely think this has some merit, especially going with the folklore and understanding that indeed Oda does use folklore in his story, and he manipulates them a bit to, make it roll his story even more so. I mean, come on, Sean Wukong, Monkey D. Luffy, we all know these things. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video, but I really want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys like this video, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this. Check out the other videos on the channel, you may enjoy those as well. If you just like the video, leave a dislike, it is what it is, but let me know in the comments what I need to improve on. Like I usually say, if life gets you down, get back up, continue to progress, and never give up. Try to have a great day. Hold on, wait, don't click off yet. This is time some loose ends real quick from the video. First of all, thank you guys for watching it to this point. Just gonna give a few more informative things here to kind of help this theory out and whatnot. So I just want to touch on what I talked about with Vivi potentially being Pluton and stuff like that. Now, as far as Pluton is concerned, if it's like a person and not a battleship, we know that a battleship can destroy islands. We've seen it with the Buster Call and everything. But if it's just a person who can kind of manipulate something to destroy an island, then that goes along with this theory I did before about Zunisha and Land Kings and things of that nature. Now, what I kind of theorized was that Land Kings are kind of like Sea Kings, but on land, And, I think that since Sea Kings can be so devastating and they're so big and they can cause a lot of damage in the ocean, I believe that Land Kings are probably these massive animals. And I believe that potentially, if somebody could control these Land Kings, Pluton, then they could probably destroy islands with relative ease. And maybe they walk the ocean, they have their own little habitat that they go into and whatnot. But, And along with that, I want to talk about Imu and the Umibozu because, it could be possible that those shadows were legitimately Umibozu, and maybe it's possible that Imu can control those things and thus, knock things out of existence, or maybe she just has control of it, and that's how, they can control the weather and things of that nature. I mean, it was very cloudy and misty in that area. Maybe they were controlling the weather there. It's possible that she could be, in control of those things. And, maybe that is something that has to do with Uranus and things of that nature. But then the devil fruit, as far as the butterfly and stuff like that, that can be just like a separate thing. But I just wanted to kind of add that on there to end here to kind of tie up some loose ends, just to keep you guys thinking, hopefully we get a reveal for this, maybe in the next chapter. That'd be awesome. But, I'm not really putting my eggs in one basket on that, because I don't think that's going to happen. Oda's probably going to tease us with something else. But, we will see, I'm sure, in the following chapters. And thanks again for watching. Bye.